معرفة.
Hey, Ali, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you, brother?
Alhamdulillah. Just came to pick up some grocery. And how about you?
Nothing much. Just came to get some medicine.
Why, what happened, Ali?
Having a headache because of lack of sleep these days.
Why, what's the reason? Is everything fine with you?
Well, to be frank, my company is not doing well these days. Unable to pay salaries on time, and there are no sufficient funds for the operating expenses. The interest rates on the unpaid loan amounts are increasing.
Then why you didn't speak to me earlier on this?
I didn't want to trouble you.
Let's do one thing. Let's go home and have some tea together.
Let's go.
It's tea time. Enjoy every sip of it. But seriously, why you never tried Islamic finance?
What kind of products does Islamic finance provide for corporate finance?
Islamic banks provide corporate financial services. To name a few, these are bank guarantee, letter of credit, trade and working capital finance, etc.
Really? Can you tell me about the products?
Let's take the bank guarantee. As you know, a bank guarantee is a written undertaking given by the bank ensuring that the Sharia-compliant liabilities of its customer will be met. In other words, if its customer fails to fulfill its obligations, the bank will cover it.
Do they issue for different purposes?
Absolutely. It can be of different types like advance payment guarantee, performance guarantee, bid bond guarantee, shipping guarantee.
How much is the fee?
Generally, it is not allowed to charge fees for providing a guarantee. However, a few of the Islamic scholars permitted the banks to charge fee for the efforts and paperwork. Now let us move to Islamic letter of credit. Letters of credit are used in international trade transaction to ensure that payment will be received by the suppliers. Generally, in Islamic letter of credit, the bank on its customer's request, who wants to import certain goods, issues a letter of credit and purchases the goods from the exporter and sells the goods to its customer on a deferred payment basis, adding its profit margin. If the customer does not require funding for the purchase of assets, but just want the bank to issue a letter of credit, then the bank issues the letter of credit as an agent of the customer and charges an agreed fee for this service.
What are the options available for getting finance for a corporate like my company?
It depends what is the requirement of your company. For example, if your company wants to buy certain assets, Islamic Bank purchases those assets and sells them to your company, adding its profit margin. The payment can be done through installments or as a lump sum on an agreed date. This is murabaha financing.
What about working capital requirements?
If your company needs cash for working capital, then the mudaraba, wakala, and commodity murabaha financing are done. Under commodity murabaha, the Islamic Bank purchases and sells Sharia-compliant asset to your company on deferred payment basis, adding its profit margin, and you will sell the same assets to a third party for a spot price to obtain cash.
Can I get financing against my existing assets?
If your company has certain existing assets like building and equipment, then a lease structure can also be used to finance. The assets can be bought by the bank and leased back to your company, and the bank will add its profit margin in the rentals which you will pay regularly. And in the end of the financing period, you will purchase back your assets.
Sometimes our company is also involved in manufacturing. Is there a separate financing structure for this?
Yes, there is. To fulfill this requirement, the bank can provide finance through the manufacturing contract known as istisna and the supplier's finance known as salam. But in both the cases, it enters into another parallel contracts. These contracts are known as parallel istisna and parallel salam. Anyway, to start with, why don't you open an account with an Islamic bank?
How does the account work?
Islamic current account is based on a qard or a Sharia compliant loan contract. It provides the account holder with a guarantee on the principal amount deposited without sharing any profits or losses.
Hussam, I want you to help me out of this crisis.
Don't worry, Ali. Tomorrow morning we will go and open a bank account and do the other paperwork.
Such a relief, brother. Insha'Allah, I will be able to sleep well tonight.
Inshallah.